rubbish. But you can also tell the difference in the stores that's in as well. They are trading some shops really well still, and they're trading it to support the market with the plants that are coming in fresh. You'll go in some shops and they'll have large garden centres that are empty, which doesn't support it, does it? Especially when you think at the moment there are a lot of gardeners and stuff out there at the moment doing projects.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Where from the outside, it's obviously very difficult to tell how many stores are doing well, right? Because the company is losing so much money, but the assumption is, I mean, there might be like 5 stores or 10 stores that are doing fine, but then there's 85% of the other stores that are doing terribly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what is the major change in behavior that has happened in the ones that are performing really poorly, right? Because if it was me, right, if someone buying a bunch of leases, because you still have the lease liabilities, right? So you will have to renegotiate them somehow, but you still have them. And the only thing you gain by buying for £1 this thing is a brand, which is probably not worth a lot. And then number 2 is the whole inventory you have. So if it was me doing it, I'm not sure I would have bought it, even for £1, but assume you could, it would be like to liquidate whatever I could liquidate as fast as possible.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is what you do is, so I know there was a lot of chat over the months where they wrote off 500 million quid worth of because the stock was there and they said had no value and stuff like that. Well, the fact is stock was still in stores, so although Bunnings had wrote the stock off, there's still £500 million worth of old rubbish stock in stores, and you can see that in stores. So Cheltenham, for example, it used to be so Cheltenham as an area is really affluent. It's in a good part of town. It used to have a really big kitchens and bathrooms section, or kitchen section, I should say.
Yeah.
And where they changed, when Bunnings came across and they tried to bring across their kit and caboodle range and all that, they took away lots of ranges. They left lots of space. So that at the moment, you're probably talking 5,000 square foot of square space. It's a big old space, and it's full of absolute rubbish. So it's summer, it's 30 degrees, and it's full of fires, radiators, all sorts of kind of stuff, heaters. So not fans, heaters, all on pallet stock to try and shift through. And you can see where they're trying to generate cash from stuff that was written off previously or wherever that looks like. But at the same time, you can see stores that you like. So I use Haverwest again, which does trade really well. The colleagues are clearly engaged and they're delivering on a plan. There seems to be a lot less of a plan in certain stores. It's the staff will feel disengaged. You notice that it looks really light on staff. So I don't know whether they've got some kind of recruitment ban or what. I know obviously they've let go over 300 people from their head office, but there's a big difference in the feeling of the.
I see what you mean. What I'm trying to understand a little bit better is something different, which is, the issue I have with them is, from what I understand, and tell me if I'm wrong, with bathrooms, kitchens, and stuff like that, most of the things, as you say, are completely rubbish, and they've been taken out, most of it, from the stores. So it's not going to be much of an impact. But instead, where the stock might be heavily discounted is in pure DIY, so in pure DIY items or stuff that might sell quite well. I guess if you discount it like 80%, you can think, okay, should I go to a B&Q where it looks, not that materially better, or do I just buy something that is like 80% discounted, and then B&Q goes, next week there's been X% number of customers in my stores. Where are they going? They find out they're going there, so they discount as well. Is this dynamic happening in DIY?
No, not really. So I'll give the example of being we come against that quite a bit with reduced stock. So whether or not it's fly modes and stuff like that, people go to different stores and say, "Oh, well, that's up the road for cheaper," because they have to put the clear through. But it's something that they have got to explain